Stephanie Bain, I have a books. I'm a book nerd. There's so many books. Hello everyone, Stephanie here. Today's video is going to be my April wrap up. In April I read 5 books, enjoyed most of them. One of them, I'll explain anyway. Yeah. What was the first book I read this month? Oh yeah. The first book I read in the month of April was FrostBlood by Ellie Blake. This was just one of those books I picked up randomly. I didn't even read what it was about, and I went into it not knowing what it was about. But it's about a girl named Ruby, who's a fireblood, who lives in a world where firebloods are like going out of style. Not really. And frostbloods rule and whatnot, and it's just about that. I gave this book a 2.5 out of 5 stars. It was good. It had my attention. It definitely got me out of the slump that I was in, but it was very... Why is my hair caught up in my piercing? But I found that it was very kind of tropey, predictable, and while it was good, things should have happened, and like things happen. Like, it was just okay. It wasn't a bad book, but it's kind of like Red Queen, and I'm just like, Red Queen's better. I love Red Queen series, you guys know that. But I felt like this was very predictable and tropey, but it is still a very enjoyable read. I will more than likely pick up the second book, just because it was enjoyable, but it just wasn't that good. But I want to know what happens to the story, even though I have an idea of what happens. Then I read Glen Falls, book 1 by Melinda Schlegel. I am pretty sure I get that wrong every single time. I have a review I'll link down below for this one. But this is about fraternal twins. Well, it's kind of like about the Amherst, which is the fraternal twins Alexia and Wesley. You have their parents, Sophia and Grant. Then you have Alexia's best friend, Brienne, and her mother, Virginia. And then you have the boy, Connor, and his best friend, Travis. And the boy who lives next door to Alexia, Jared. And it's about the youngins, like their first year of college. And it's about the parents and the things that they're going through. And, you know, the children not wanting to be like their parents or finding their own. I really loved the first book. I gush about it in my review because I freaking adored it. I loved it. I just felt that the characters were very relatable, very real. They're fucked up. They're assholes. They're not perfect. I mean, I'm not kidding when I say I've met like people like this in my life. I've known people like this. I've done stupid things like this. But I really loved it, and I don't care for new adult contemporary books. Like, those two genres are the ones I stray away from the most. But this was just so good. Like, it really was. I gave this a 4.5 out of 5 stars, and I loved it. I read Perfect by Cecilia Ahern. This is the concluding book to the Flawed Duology. The first book is just about a girl named Celestine who lives in a world where, aside from their government, they have a guild, and the guild is like, let's say you not necessarily illegal, but you do something that's morally wrong, like nothing Grand Theft Auto, but if you like steal something, you'll get a brand, an F, like that one on the cover, on your hand. Or if you make a bad judgment call, you get a brand on your temple, and there's 5. But it just comes into play when Celestine is found flawed, and she thought she was perfect in this world of hers, and like everything's just kind of eye-opening for her. Things happen, and they put the, you know, it's about questioning the guild and all of that other stuff. I gave this one a 4 out of 5 stars. I was a little upset first by the fact that this was a conclusion, because I feel like it dragged in some places. An instant love that took place in this, while I do ship that ship, I really do, I just felt like how it happened was very abrupt and kind of like, okay, and there's a portion where I felt like it was taking away from the story, in my personal opinion. While I do not mind the romance, I felt they didn't add at certain parts, and I just wish there would have been a little bit more happening, but it was still a very good conclusion. I really enjoy it. It's a fun, futuristic, you know, utopian type book, and you guys know I'm addicted to those. No Rest for the Wicked by Crystal Jane Ruin. This book comes out May 10th. My review for this will be out May 10th, but she sent this to me in exchange for an honest review. And it's about a girl named Tatum who is psychic, but a very powerful psychic, and she's 21 years old. Things have happened. She has guardianship, and it deals with like her past and that coming to light, and also the fact that she goes to the underground and uses her abilities for the not so great reasons. And because of that, she draws the attention of people who want to use her abilities for very bad reasons. And it was super good. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I did want more about the underground, and it's a standalone, by the way, standalone paranormal. But I love the, like, what's the word I'm trying to think of? I like the interactions between her and the other characters. I like things that happen. I feel like you could totally, I would like a prequel and a like companion novel to this. A prequel because there's some things that I want to understand more, and a companion just because I want to see Tatum more. I really enjoyed her. She's sassy, she's snarky, and she's kind of an asshole. Sometimes for reasons and sometimes just cause. Like, these aren't like perfect people. They like do kind of bad things, but like it's okay. And if you read it, you'd understand. But I really did enjoy this. Paranormal. This is definitely one of those things that would have been perfect for fall. And I do recommend, but I wanted more of the underground. Like, that was so awesome, the idea of it. And like, I wanted more scenes there, but 4 out of 5. And the last book I read this month was Glen Falls book 2. Also, I didn't say, but she sent me both of these in exchange for an honest review. I was so happy when I got this because I was thinking nonstop about Glen Falls book 1. I really did love these characters. I came to love them, and this did not disappoint. I gave it a 4.25, which I don't usually do. It's usually like 4 or 4.5. But there was just 2 things. One of the things, which was very small, minor, was something happens in this book that I wish it would have just played out a little bit longer. Like the same thing, but over time. And it wasn't that it was like abrupt or anything, but I felt it could have, you know, taken time to develop. And then what I took 0.5 off for was a person was introduced that while I thought they were necessary and I really enjoyed them, how they were introduced, one part I didn't mind, but there was another part that I thought was just a little off, and I only took 0.5 off for that because it wasn't like a huge part of the book. It happened, and then we continue. But other than that, things happen, and I'm so excited. They fuck up, they make mistakes, of course, because that's what these people do best. And I just love it. There's something about these books that I just really adore. Aside from everything, the fact that you get to look at everyone's life, you see the things that are happening. And the thing is like, I got really annoyed with these characters, but I'm like, you're so like realistic. Like, I can't really hate you. Those are the books I read this month. What have you read? Comment down below. Let me know what you thought. Have you read any of these? What books, again, are you excited about? Oh my god, I keep talking about it, but Aquawork comes out tomorrow, but I won't get my copy till God knows when because I fucking pre-ordered it. That's what I read other than the first book. And again, I still enjoyed it. I had a great reading month. I'm getting back on my roll. I got books to review, so I'm not actually going to do a TBR because I thought it would be kind of pointless. But I just have some more review books, and then Aquawar, and then whatever you know, like catches my eye is what I'll pick up for the month of May. We're in May. But I'll see you guys in my next video. Goodbye.